It's everybody of sports. Lamont, we back. Another reaction video. We got some Drew League action for you guys today. And this is a game that, unlike some of the other games with some of the NBA stars that was televised on the NBA app, this game wasn't showcased. I mean, this game definitely featured a few names that, again, if you're in the pro-am circuits, you're familiar with them. I mean, a guy by the name of Chris Allen, who's really heavy into the overseas basketball and the pro-am, into the pro-am track. He was in this game as well. You got Liangelo Ball. You also got Eli Ellis, again, a great shooter. So, again, you got some familiar names out here for the hardcore pro-am circuit fans and then the fans of overseas basketball. So we're going to be doing a reaction to this game. You know, again, there's really not a lot you can take from it. I watched a little bit of it. For the most part, it was like rec basketball. It wasn't very, I want to say, truly competitive. It was just a lot of up and pace, fast basketball. Fun to watch, fun on the eyes, fun for the fans, and great for Drew League. But we're gonna be reacting to this game because there were a lot of people that were making a big deal on Gelo's 27, 12, and 5 rebound stat line. I would assume that's his stat line. There were no official stats actually taken, so I don't know what the actual stat line was. I'm assuming somebody may have rewatched the game and collected the numbers for some of the guys. I know the Drew League, I know they collect some stats. I just don't know where they put them because their website is completely empty. Their website is not up to date with anything, no rosters or anything. So Drew League, man, if you're going to be, you know, your game's going to be televised on the NBA app, people going to want to be up on these scores. They want to be up on everything. So you guys got to get on top of it, man. You got to get some statisticians in there, volunteer something to take these stats, man, and get this recorded because people want to see the numbers, man. That's what drives this sport. But hey, today we got, like I said, we're doing a reaction to this game. As we do with all games, we stop it, we start it. Whenever we see things that are pretty interesting, if we see something that actually correlates and can transfer into an NBA game, we'll actually, you know, we'll highlight those moments. We'll replay them, hopefully, so we can give you guys at least some idea of what we are getting out of this Drew League basketball. So Drew League is this summer. If you guys don't know, if you haven't followed it so far, LeBron James has completely blown the Drew League off the Rockers this summer by participating. Kyrie was supposed to participate. He was a no-show, but you got Trae Young, John Collins. I mean, you got a couple, you know, you got a lot of guys from the Rockets, from David Nwaba and all these guys. I mean, you got so many big names participating in the Drew League this year. Montrezl Harrell just had a monster game the other day. So, again, I think the allure of playing in the Drew League is starting to get that Rucker Park feel. If you think of some of the other big name parks and pro-am leagues, I think now the Drew League, its time is here. And it's just the league that you got to play in at least once or twice over the summer if you're a pro and you want to keep your name hot in these social media or YouTube streets. But let's go ahead and get to the game, man. As we go, this is going to be a live premiere. I want you guys to definitely chime into the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this game. If you actually were able to watch the whole game. I don't know who was. Like I said, I couldn't find the footage for this game. So these highlights is gonna be the first time I've seen these highlights through myself. So hopefully we get some good basketball. But from what I saw in the quick highlight reel for Ball is Life, I don't know. It didn't look like really good basketball was being played. But let's go ahead and get to the highlights. We got the BBB triple BBB team versus Young City. These are two of the worst teams in the Drew League right now as the Drew League heads into the Drew League playoffs. So let's just see what we got, man. Hopefully we got some good basketball in there. All right, Gelo with a pass up court. Assist right there. And remember, we're going to only stop it when we see things that are translatable to the NBA. Bad defense right there. Gelo, pass over the double team. Open shot right there. He knocks it down. Solid ball movement. The pace of play is pretty slow. I mean, it looks like you got a mix of overseas or semi-pro players with just common average everyday hoopers. Did his ankles get took? Does that classify as your ankles getting took? Does that classify as your ankles getting took? Let me see it. Y'all saw it on the swing pass. All right, we're gonna throw the skip right here. Gelo. Again, now this stance right here. I mean, he's probably opened up way too much. So again, when you talk defensively, right? When you talk defensively on a skip pass, the closeout was definitely atrocious. The closeout was atrocious, and he's completely opened his body up to the rim, which you're literally giving a guy that looks fairly athletic direct eye line with the rim. And whenever a guy, any player on a pro-am level or higher, whenever you give him a beeline to the rim like this, you're essentially cooked unless you got an elite rim protector that can erase a lot of your mistakes at the rim. So, again, Liangelo right here. Again, the small things, whenever you're really trying to push and showcase yourself for a contract within another league, whether it's overseas, G League, whether it's the NBA, these are the mistakes that you just absolutely can't make. I'm going to run it back just a little bit more. Remember, this is a skip pass closeout. Right, so on a skip pass closeout, you probably want to influence the player to the middle, right? Because you have a little bit more help. You probably don't want to open up baseline because this is how you get your center dunked on. All right, so we're gonna run it back a quick second, right? And it also comes with position and help. So we got the skip pass. He's getting out of trouble. He throws the skip pass across court. Gelo closes out too hard. All right. So again, when you close out, you always want to stop short, show your hands. So he doesn't stop short, shows his hand, completely opens up. Ankles get obliterated. The guy drives by him and knocks down the jumper. So again, I know you guys think these things are irrelevant, but they mean a lot when guys are really looking to evaluate. Sloppy ball handling right there by Team BBB. And Young City gets a layup right there. Gelo bringing it up. People say that he's working on his game right there. Solid ball handling, way to get to the rim. But again, I don't know if that's elite ball handling. It looked pretty sloppy, kind of gangly to me. But good take for the most part. All right. And then y'all see the pace. Y'all see how quick they're getting up and down. No real defense is getting set. They're just going. It's like both teams are more focused on offense. And this is what I don't like from Gelo right here. This is what I don't like. Because what he's doing with the ball right now is a true indication of someone who's not comfortable with handling the ball. And the number one signs, especially remember, when you're playing at the higher levels, the number one signs where you could tell a guy is not comfortable handling the ball is where he's constantly showing you his back and he's trying to back his way to any spot. All right. And if you just look at him right now, he's constantly looking down at the ball when he dribbles. Those are two bad signs. And I know ball handling is something that he needs to work on. But like I said, man, look, I want to see Liangelo in the NBA just as much as anyone else. But these are small habits that you're going to have to get into the lab and correct. Not staring down at the ball, being more confident when you handle comes from really putting in work in the gym. We're going to run it back right here. So we see it right here. When you always constantly, when you can't face your man up, and really use your handle to get it. Because right now, in this position that Liangelo's in right now, he can't play make. He can't score. He can't do anything in this position right now. And he's constantly staring at the basketball, trying to dribble. Let's see what comes of this play. All right, he faces up right here, but he shows his back again, right? So again, whenever you don't have a move in your bag to get by your defender, because if you guys see on the right side of the court right there, that's a really big driving gap that he could potentially take and create. I just don't know if he's confident enough with the ball to actually make a move and attack that gap out of the triple threat. So right now he's trying to bully his way down there. Let's see if it actually is productive. And he's able to spin off, misses the shot right there though. Again. Oh, they come back with the follow-up dunk. But again, I'm just looking for tendencies. Again, once again, he catches the ball, which I want you guys to know. If we're talking about getting to the NBA, you see the small defender. Now, in the NBA, that guy right there is probably going to be 40 pounds heavier and probably 5 to 6 inches taller. You're not going to be able to bully everyone down there like that. And with the way teams zone up, even if you get somebody on that low post area, you're going to have to be able to turn and finish in traffic with some athleticism. All right. But we see right there, again, always having to back your man down, and it leads to a turnover. And you see, we're early into this clip, and I've already pointed out that and these are not highlights I put together. This is highlights put together by Ball is Life. So I can only really observe what they put together. They put these clips in there. Let me run it back real quick. Just to show you guys, man. So we see again with the ball right here. And this is where you want. Remember, this is one of Kevin Durant's favorite spots. But what do you always see Kevin Durant or some of the best scorers do? They'll face up and get in triple threat. Triple threat is important. Why? Because it also allows you to become a playmaker. And I've always said as well, along with ball handling and defense, he needs to find a way to get better as a playmaker. You're never going to get better as a playmaker when you're constantly playing with your back to the basket like this, especially as a guard. That's just not good. I know people are going to call me a hater for this, but this is just facts. This is not NBA. This is not what NBA players do. Right? This is NBA caliber guys are not going to try to back this small guard down from the high post. They're either going to shoot over the top of him or they're going to hit him with a move out of triple threat to get to the rim. And we see again, it leads to a turnover right there. As the little guard, he held his ground for the most part and forced the turnover. Triple B back out in transition. Gelo with the quick pass up court. Lob, that's a pretty good lob play right there. Oh, Lonzo Ball in the building, man. Can he get healthy? Can Lonzo get healthy this year, man? When he was healthy, the Bulls were a force. When he went down, the Bulls looked like they couldn't. Again, another post move right there, but this time he's able to bully his way to the layup against the smaller defender. And we're going to run that back as well because I don't want you guys to say that I'm harping on the negative too much. Is there some positive that we can take out of this right here? Because he did score at least. But once again, we see him trying to post up a smaller defender. Not necessarily sure if that's the skill set that's going to get him into the NBA if he gets there. All right. All right. He hits him with the shoulder. The guy reaches. He goes up. He clears out space. Good layup. That's a solid move right there. Kind of basic, but like I said, solid. All right. Remember, see the fast pace of play. And the one thing I don't like about LaVar Ball, his style of coaching, this is not. Like, I don't know what LaVar Ball is thinking, but when you try to press a team with pro-am level players, you're talking guys who play D1, D2, overseas. When you're sitting here trying to press them the entire game, that's a high school strategy. That's not a very good strategy against guys that can really hoop because they've seen the press a trillion times over. There's no press that they're not going to be able to break. And most guys, by the time they get to this stage, are elite enough ball handlers where they can blow by any press. And I think this is one of the reasons why this game got out of control and Team BBB was getting blown out for the entire game. This is why. Because they're trying to speed up the pace of play one, which is not conducive to showcasing Liangelo, if that's what the purpose of putting them on this horribly constructed BBB team is. If the purpose is to showcase them, playing them fast, you're not showcasing anything. Not to any legitimate NBA scout that wants to see NBA tendencies. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and play it right here. Again, you're pressing right here. It looks like, it looks like some type of quarter court press. Looks like a man press as well. So it doesn't look like they're zone trapping or anything. But you're stretched too thin, and you're making it too easy for the other team to score. Look, they're throwing it right over, quick ball movement, and you're giving them free buckets. It doesn't surprise me they scored over 100 points this game. You got Liangelo right here. Great pull up, walks into a three. And we can run that back as well. We can walk this back as well because I know many will say, I don't want too many people saying that I'm trying to showcase the negative. We're going to walk it back right here. He walks into a three. This is his shot right here. This is what he does. Crosses half court. Now, you can obviously tell they're playing in a smaller gym. This is not an NBA size court. This guy guarding him is not an NBA defender. Obviously, this was a bad move on his part. I mean, scouting reports in the NBA, if this guy plays the scouting report, I'm pressed up on Gelo the entire game. I'm making Gelo drive the entire game. I'm not going to let him walk into a comfortable three. But very casual defense right there, and Gelo does what he does best. Knocks down an open three-point shot. This is what you expect him to do. We all know he can score the ball. But Gelo knocks down the three right there. Horrible defense. Again, they're pressing again. They compromise themselves. And look at the other teams. Right back into the mix. And they're probably going to get a wide open shot because it's not a very well-ran pressing. Knocks down another shot. 20-24 is the score is right there. All right, they're looking like they're pressing again. They're swinging it around. Gelo in the ISO. Quick move to the bucket. Oh, good block right there by the big man. They get out in the transition. Oh, never mind. Probably knocks down this. Oh, misses a three. Missed another three. Tipped around. All right, Liangelo flings it up, and I want to see him get away from doing that so much. I was watching him give the ball up too much. Be a ball handler. Push the ball up. Go create something. This is what I hate seeing. Just look. I mean, obviously I understand advancing the ball is important. But at this stage, if you're looking to showcase yourself, you're on a BBB team, a triple B team that hasn't won a game. Showcase what you can do. Push the ball up. All right, here we have Eli Ellis right there. Gelo shoots the three, did he? Oh, okay, he missed the three. And they're off to the races going the other way. Right there. All right, it's a lot of highlights for the opposing team. Gelo on defense. Again, mistake right there defensively. I don't know if many of you guys caught it. Right, so this is a drop set right here defensively. Gelo, that was his assignment in the corner. I don't know how well I don't know how long this team has practiced together or if they communicated things defensively or even if they're taking it that serious. But the guy shouldn't have never been that wide open. That's Gelo's ball side coverage. And he blew an assignment right here. You guys watch how it unfolds right here. So Gelo, now we got two men on ball. Gelo's man. Gelo, it looks like they're in some type of zone. It looks like they're in some type of zone now, which I hate zones in these Pro-Am leagues. It's just an indication that either you have a short roster and you don't want your guys to get tired or you just trash at defending. I don't know which it is, but based on their record, it's probably because they're not a good defensive team. So Gelo right here needs to be shaded, right? He needs to be shaded. Looks like Eli Ellis has the ball pretty well, but Eli Ellis is playing a gap. So he makes a quick pass back to the corner. Wide open three. Looks like this guy's a shooter right here. He's going to knock down 3 jumpers since I've seen this. All right, coming down the court right here. All right, the quarter court press not very effective. They're just kind of running around it. Dunk right here. All right, Gelo bringing the ball up, staying faced up. Throws the ball over the top. Okay, good move by the big man. Way to get the pass over the top. Okay, Gelo bullying his way in. You know, and you know what? Great take right here. But is it an NBA take? Great take at the Pro-Am level. But is it an NBA take? Because I'm really not seeing the speed or the athleticism of an NBA player on these takes. It almost looks like he barely gets off the ground. He's able to finish in traffic. But is that an NBA move? I can't 100% say it is. All right, he does split, does a good job of keeping the ball high, knocks down the floater, man. Shot by Gelo. Kick to the corner. And we get some good ball movement. Gelo, man. Good jab, knock. That's a shot. Jab, quick shot. Curious to see what the score is, man. I hope they show that score. Because I know at one point in time late in the fourth, he's just getting out of hand. Ball reversal right there. This team is not a very good defensive team, including Gelo. Great take right there. Really not much resistance from Team BBB. Sloppy right there with the ball. They're going the other way. Jeez. And it looks like they're trying to trap again. Where are they getting these players from? Jesus. Starting to get out of control right now. 31-49. Team BBB takes it to the rim. Good take right there. I like that. Does Gelo on the court? They kick it up over the press. Knocks down the three. They got to get out this quarter court press. That press is killing them. All right. Okay, Eli with the steal. Can he get? Okay, this is the one I saw in the highlight. Lob off the glass. Can they mount some type of comeback? This kid right here looks like a pretty good shooter as well. Walk into a three. Not good. Great shot right there. Same as Gelo. That's same as Gelo's shot. All right, again, the quarter court press is getting this team absolutely destroyed. All right, Gelo with the ball right here. No ball pressure. Knocks down an open three. Good shot. Good shot. We saw him struggle with that same shot in Summer League. When guys were really pressed up defending, he struggled with that shot. It's gonna look a little different in Summer League when you got guys sagging back. Gelo, quick pass in transition. Good pass. I haven't seen Gelo come out once. I don't know if he came out. Sloppy ball handling right there. They're going the other way. They block. Can they get up in the court? They got the numbers. They got the numbers. Gelo put his back to the basket again. I don't like that. Can they still capitalize out of this? No, don't capitalize out of it. I didn't like that sequence. That sequence could have looked a little different. I'm going to run it back a little bit. I'm going to run that sequence back. I feel like that sequence could have looked a little different had Gelo stayed faced up. All right. Get the ball up. Gelo misses the three. Good follow right there. Thought I rewinded it. I guess I did. Right. Quarter court press is getting this team destroyed. Advances the ball up to Gelo. Attacks the middle. Good take right there. Good follow. All right, hold on. Let's run this back the right way. I don't know what I did last time. All right. So advances the ball up. Gelo right here does a good job of attacking the middle. Gets his own rebound. Not much effort down there by either team. Gelo's able to clean it up and get the putback. Again, take from that what you want. I'm not, again, if I see something that impresses me, I'll let you know, but I don't know if that's very impressive right there. Not yet. I haven't seen anything that's extremely impressive. Gelo right here. Again, another bad attribute right there. Stop trying to put your back to these players, and it causes a turnover. I'll run it back just a little bit to show you guys again. He's trying to, because I don't believe he's confident with his handle, and if you're not confident with your handle against Drew League players, you're not going to be confident in G League, and you're definitely not going to be confident at the NBA level. You watch it right here. It looks like they moved Liangelo to the 2 now. They got Eli bringing it up, swings it right here, but look at this. Why are you trying to keep your back and catch the ball with your back to these players? All you have to do is put a forearm to that man's chest, give a slight push off, catch the ball with 2 hands, face up, and be in triple threat. That's all you have to do, right? Even if you're not a great ball handler, that's going to be a much better opportunity. It's going to be easier to get the ball that way, and at least try to get into triple threat. Try it sometimes, because you're not going to be able to bully everybody at the next level. Try to add more to your bag outside of just catching it with your back to guys that are going to give half-hearted effort, which in this case right here, the defender actually gives effort and gets the turnover. All right, does Liangelo get in the stance? No stance, no help. Layup right there. Might have been a travel, but good move. Way to get to the rim. And then that's this quarter court press. Absolutely no defense. Let's see how easy they're scoring. And they're just coming right back. It's like they're more worried about playing offense than actually getting stops playing defense. And another team with another layup and one right there. Angelo, back to the basket, Do y'all see what I mean? And it looks like he's probably going to knock this shot down. But everything that he does with the ball is predicated on going back to the basket, not a confident handle, can't face up. And when you can't face up, you can't play, make, or pass. The only thing you can do when you back people down like that is look to score. And at the next level, no one's going to be utilizing him like that. Run it back one more time. So again, back to the basket. Tells me right there you're not comfortable with the ball. Back down. Good spin move, and it's a great shot contested. But it's not a shot that's going to get you to the next league. You're really showing more weaknesses in your game than anything. All right. Overhelp right there. Can't get the rebound. Yeah, this BBB team is lazy. This is a lazy team. Another back to the basket move right here. Good move, man. Way to fake and get to the middle, but everything's back to the basket. I mean, if this is a player that's been working with Hezzy God, I can't tell. Because Hezzy God never played like this. Again, no defensive resistance and flinging the ball up court. I mean, Gelo's already down. Great pass right there. They're trying to outscore teams. Gelo looks like he's turning it up right now. The score is kind of 60-78, so they're getting destroyed right now. It looks like they're kind of trying to pick up the pace, but they're not picking it up defensively. There we go right there, 62-78. Getting blown out. Liangelo with an up fake right there. Again, you guys see it again? I know he was able to kick the ball off to the open guy. All right. But I want you guys to see this tendency in this game and why he's going to struggle at higher levels. Because at higher levels, that pass isn't going to be there. One pass away, guys are going to be in the passing lane. It's the same problem that I'm seeing. All right, so we're going to get the ball in. Okay, perfect opportunity to do what? Stay in triple threat. You could potentially attack the middle of the court, hit a guy in the corner, or finish at the rim. What is he? First nature. Look, we're at the 3-point line, you guys. He's at the 3-point line, and he's already trying to play with his back to his man. He keeps turning his back to his man. Now, he cannot do anything. Again, a good defensive team is going to load up on this guy in the corner. You know why? Because a good defender is going to be like, oh, you got your back to the basket at the 3-point line? You can't do anything else but pass to this guy in the corner. It's just not good. It's not a good brand of basketball. And if you have been working with Hezzy God, he is not showcasing any talent that he's actually worked on, because every time he touches the ball, he goes to what he's most comfortable with. And that's finding a way to get his man on his back, and he's going to try to play off that. In this position right there, he can't pull up. He can't pull up for a dree. He can't use a step back jumper, right? He can't go Hezzy cross and get to the maybe the high elbow for a pull up. The only thing he can do is pass or shoot a dumb turnaround fadeaway from the NBA range 3-point line, which would be a horrible shot. Right here, back to the basket. Horrible defense. The guy knocks down the shot. I'm looking at him as a player. It's not high. These are low IQ moves. And as the BBB team loafs back defensively, okay, they get a steal right here. They're out of transition. What can they make of it? Okay, right there. I think they're getting blown out pretty good by this point. Yeah, he grabbed it from behind right there. Now they're still in that quarter court press. Looks like a 2-1-2 press. Great pass to the corner. Liangelo with a closeout. You guys talk about some sloppy basketball. What the hell were y'all doing on that? See? Teams that press recklessly, you generally fold when you press them back at the slightest. So it looks like they press them back just slightly and they completely fold. And here's the problem with this press. I'm going to tell you guys the problem. And again, the problem is who's been the primary ball handler for Team BBB this game? It's been Liangelo. But he is nowhere to be found when it's time to inbound this pass and get the ball up the court. The center had to hang back to get the ball. Look at this. Ball goes through the hoop. Look, you got number 9 right here, who's the center. You got the forward taking it out. You got 13 hanging right here, who's potentially a guard. There's no Liangelo in sight. Look like he's all the way down, and this team's pressed up, looking like they're trying to get steals. All right, what happens right here? He tries to throw it over, but because the center's hanging back, which if you had a true point guard in this team, the point guard would have already been back. He would have waved everybody else to get the hell out, clear out, so we have space. but there's no leadership on this team. There's no point guard. There's no direction. And now you have ultimate confusion on one of the easiest inbound passes in basketball. So he's confused. What does it lead to? It leads to a turnover. Liangelo's in the backcourt. Y'all saw it, just like I said. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw him standing there for what? Remember, there was a lot of pundits saying, oh, he's a point guard now. He's working on his ball handling. But he doesn't have the first nature and tendencies of a true point guard. Because if that's Lonzo or if that's LaMelo, they're going to be right up on that ball, the guy taking the ball out, and they're going to basically have him hand the ball right to their chest. They're not going to allow this to happen right here. See, we're going to watch it again. Right here, confusion. The center's in the backcourt. They throw it down. And again, you see this person right here. What are you doing? What are you doing as a 6'5" shooting guard in the post when your team is getting pressed late game and you're down? It's time to be really critical of these things. So, like I said, I don't even know where this stat line 27 and 12 came from because I haven't seen 27 points yet. I haven't seen close to 27 points. I know they can't show all the buckets, but I haven't seen a performance that's indicative of the title. You know, I'm looking at all these titles. Gelo goes off. He's not going off. I'm seeing a lot of low IQ, low quality basketball, and someone needs to break the game down like this and start to be honest. This is a horrible brand of basketball from Liangelo. I expect that from some of these other guys because a lot of these other guys probably never even sniffed the G League. But when you're talking about the only pro level player on the floor, which is Liangelo, who's played overseas, who's played in the G League, who's played in 2 summer leagues, and then when your team is getting pressed late game, you're in the backcourt as the primary ball handler for your team. Come on, man. Something got to give. Somebody has to start calling the truth out on this. And it looks like Young Citi looks like they're down there fighting for the offensive rebound. They get the bucket right there. Now, once again, they're pressing up again. Where's your ball handler? Okay, so where's your ball handler? So I guess Gelo's not the ball handler. They got the big forward bringing it up. Gelo comes up here. Does he knock the 3 down? Oh, knocks the 3 down. But he can shoot. He can shoot his ass off. Look, I think these are probably garbage points going into late game because they're getting blown out right here. They try to trap right here. Another horrible trap. They just get torched at this time. Liangelo all the way down court again. He misses the wide open 3 right there. And I just want to know what the hell he is doing, man. I don't know. Remember, y'all, this is ball. This is not a highlight clip that I put together. I didn't put this highlight clip together. Ball is Life put this together. And somehow they just happen to and if Ball is Life by accident captured all of these bad moments, imagine how many bad moments we could actually capture if we watched the entire game. Sheesh. All right, so he's down court. He's not being a ball handler, being up to get the ball. He's down court hoping that they can throw a long, bad pass and he can sneak in some free buckets like this. Gets the open shot, and he misses that one. Misses it badly, opposite side of the rim. Does he get back on defense? Nope. Okay, rebound right there. Way to get back. That was a bad pass turnover as opposed to pushing the ball up. Hey, what happened to the art of pushing the ball up the middle of the court? Especially when you're playing on a small court. When I'm at YMCAs or anything, I tell people, this court is too little for you to be flinging this ball across court. If you get the rebound, the first thing you need to do is sprint up the middle of the court with the ball. 1-2 dribbles you right there. And then you look to play make. When you're not even putting the ball on the ground and you're just flinging it up on a small court, well, we see what happens right here. I told you, I don't know where this stat line came from. Because the player of the game, the player of the game went to someone else. So we got Gelo right here. Now, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, you guys. Y'all see that? He's not no guard nature in him whatsoever. He's not looking to push. He's not looking to play make. He's not looking to create for others. It almost looks like every time he touches the ball, he's trying to get rid of it as fast as possible every single time. And his eyes are up the court right now. This is not pro-level basketball. You're not going to be able to do this in the NBA. Why do you keep replicating this stupid stuff? Why do you keep replicating throwing the ball up the court when it's not something that you're going to be able to replicate or do at the next level? You get better by doing the things that you will do on the next level. And so one dribble, flings it, bad pass to the half-court line, which is stolen. They knock down the three, and they're getting absolutely destroyed. Once again, he's playing with his back to the basket. He's able to get the layup to go. Late game still. And, solid take right there. Not a very athletic take, but solid take. I give him credit for it. But, again, when we go back to the take itself, don't know why he's always trying to put his backside to people. Right here, he's playing with his back to the basket. He's able to pivot off that and get to the middle of the court to a certain degree and use his strength to get it up over. Remember, he's not jumping over anybody, but he is able to get the shot up over him. 77-96 right here. Team BBB is not getting back on D. It looks like the other team is just having a scorn festivity. This is where you just pad your numbers right here. If you playing a team like this, you just pad your numbers. All right, this guy right here loses the ball. What happened to Gelo bringing the ball up, being the point? Now you got these clowns out here like this guy just bringing the ball up, losing it with absolutely no real pressure. And all they're doing is pressing the team back that tried to press them. Whew, man, oh, man. What happened there? What happened there? All right, so he pushes it up. Okay, so they're reading that. They're not going to let him get any more cheap points late game. And I think that might be game right there as they lose 104-74. So I don't know who reported this score. Right? I know somebody was saying that the score was like 100-99 or something like that. No. Team BBB got absolutely destroyed. 104-79. Did Gelo have 27? There's a possibility because they were playing such a frenetic pace. There's a possibility he had 27, but it didn't look efficient whatsoever. When you look at some of the things that I saw offensively and defensively, I saw nothing offensively that shouted off the screen NBA caliber, right? There was nothing athletic about his game today. There was nothing explosive about the game today. The only thing we saw was more of the same thing that he can do, right? Catch and shoot threes, and sometimes he can put the ball on the floor and bully his way against bad defense. But this is not something that he was able to do efficiently during Summer League. He couldn't bully those athletic guys around, and he struggled to get his shot off because guys weren't leaving him wide open. Can he get better? We saw defensively he struggles with closeout. We saw him completely get his ankles obliterated because of a bad closeout early in the game. And I know there are going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, his team is trash." They're going to run to that. But in these pro-am leagues, all it takes is one NBA caliber player and your team is no longer trash. You can add one NBA caliber player to your team. You don't need two. You just need one. One high-level player can make you competitive. Because one high-level player is going to have the IQ to get the other guys going defensively and offensively. One high-IQ player is going to say, we need to slow down right here to stop giving the other team so many opportunities to score. A high IQ player, especially a guard, is not going to allow his center to be in the backcourt trying to bring the ball up while he's on the other end just standing in the deep corner hoping that they're able to fling it up to him for an open three. I don't know where you guys are getting some of the I don't know where you're getting all of this stuff where as far as what you're seeing with him being NBA ready right now. I know Flight Sports TV is always saying he's NBA ready, but I don't know how you can honestly watch these highlights and say that there was one NBA caliber player on the floor. That there was zero NBA talent in that game, which is why this game was not televised. But the Drew League did state a player of the game for this game. They said that the player of the game was Chris Allen, a.k.a. I Get Buckets. He dropped 32, 7, and 3 for the winning team. So he was the player of this game amongst the many games that played today. So, hey, next week we're going to be streaming. We're going to be streaming some of the Drew League games. I'm not sure which ones yet. I have to reach out to some of my contacts over at NBA Playmakers. So we will be streaming Drew League basketball next weekend. So you want to tune in to FYF Sports for that. That's not something you want to miss. But again, hopefully in live action, what we can then do in live action is we can, as we see these things happen, we can kind of break them down as they go. It's one thing to rewatch some of the highlights clips that are put together. And again, salute to Baller's Life for putting this highlight clip together. But this highlight clip does not do Liangelo Ball any justice. And I don't know who got this stat line of 27, 12, and 5, which I believe is completely made up. I don't believe he scored 27, which I'll have to go back and watch the game and count the points up for that. And even if he did, it's not a very efficient or an effective 27. They got completely drubbed and blown out. It's time for people to stop making up excuses and just get to the real basketball talk, right? We saw him pressing at the end of the game, getting a whole bunch of points in garbage time after they were already down 30, shooting the ball more, doing more. When the game matters most, where's that energy and activity in the first and second quarter when it was competitive? Where's the energy and activity? Where's the IQ? I rarely ever see Gelo talking on defense. I rarely ever see him talking on offense. You don't see these things. And these are the things you need to showcase to get to the next level. So a 104-79 obliteration loss for the BBB team. Salute to LaVar Ball. But LaVar Ball, this team that you put together is hot garbage. And this team that you put together is making Liangelo look like an even bigger piece of garbage. Right? Because all eyes are going to be on him. People are laser focused on him. What can he do with this team? And they're playing mediocre talent. When you look to the other side, when you look to that other team, you guys couldn't name one player on that other team. Those guys look like FedEx workers, just like some of the players on the BBB team look like UPS workers. They're no different. And if you can't stand out amongst average players in a Pro-Am league, then how can you showcase anything or stand out when you get amongst the greats in the NBA? But you guys, let me know what you think about this game, man. I would love to hear everybody's feedback and commentary. Am I impressed? No, I'm absolutely not impressed. I've been dying to see something that screams NBA. I've been dying to see something from Liangelo that screams improvement. But the only thing that I've seen from him is it looks like he's gained weight. He looks slower, right? He was much leaner last year going into Summer League, which also led to a more productive Summer League outing then. But Charlotte already said he came into Summer League this year. He was a bit out of shape, his conditioning. He looks heavier. He's playing in the Drew League now. He doesn't look athletic. He doesn't have an explosive first step. The only thing he can really get off is a quick trigger three-point shot, and that's only if guys are leaving him wide open or give him daylight off of DHO. So you guys, let me know what you think. I try my best to be honest. I try to give fair criticism. I may have been overly, you might say I've been overly critical in this video, but the only thing I saw were critical things. I didn't really see too many positives that I can run with. I can't just be a fanboy every time I see somebody make an ugly layup where you barely jump off the ground and is not very athletic. NBA guys, when you're NBA and you play amongst the average people, it exudes from you. Everything you do looks different. Everything you do looks faster. Everything you do looks more efficient. Your IQ looks like it's on another level, and we're not seeing it we didn't see that from anyone on the court today. No one on the court today. I mean, we saw one guy, maybe the one guy, Chris Allen, for the winning team, had some flashes where he looked like he could definitely be an overseas point guard, but I didn't see anything that screamed NBA in this game. But it's FYF Sports, man. Great reaction video. You guys spam up the comments. This is a live premiere video. You guys let me know what you think about Liangelo Ball and his outing. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the game to check that stat line because I did not think it's accurate. But either way, whether it's accurate or not, Team BBB got absolutely drubbed once again, as they still have not gotten a single win in the Drew League since they've been participating. But it's FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode. We will be back with more sports and news. Until then, it's FYF Sports, and we out.